5 business cards from one person. So, just looking for an edge. Just trying to find a little bit of an advantage. I do want to recognize one group from Belmont Abbey and Tom Cotter. Stand up back there. Let everybody know who you are. Aspiring young PR folks back there. So, nice round of applause for that group from the Abbey. At Furniture Row Racing, thank you for your hospitality. We really appreciate this today.
If we can continue to build on the way we finished last year, that's definitely what our goals are starting next year off. And you know, by the end of the year next year, we want to make the same progression that we did throughout the course of last year, going from where we were on the grid to that next step up. And you know, I think we can see this team easily running top 10s consistently by the end of the year next year, and that's exciting for us.
In December, Mr. Steve Newmark, and at this time I'd like to call him up to the stage to
a nice surprise on a great friend of mine. As many of you know, the Spirit of Ford Award is Ford Motor Company's highest honor given.
It's nice. It really is. It's surprised me. I didn't know nothing about it. But they kept telling me I had to come up here, and even got my boys to bring me and my cousin and everything else. I said, no, you got to go. So, but I didn't have no idea what it was.
My comments as brief as I can here, moving along. I know that we're on a little bit of a time schedule, a crunch.
But that's if I can get a good run at Daytona, I can afford to go.
Yeah, there you go.
That's some stores. You should have seen his other shirt. Yeah.
They gave away the car for some. Looks like I got super ass. Connecticut got another. Parts of Connecticut got another foot of snow.
The print internet will start on the side of the hangar that has the Motorcraft, the Wood Brothers car, which will be David Pearson, the Wood Brothers, and then Jack Roush will be at the back.
I have met with all 3 of our major teams in the last 2 days, speaking with the crew members, their leadership, and their drivers. We know, they know, the past 2 seasons has not been up to the standards that we at Ford Motor Company set for ourselves. Looking back, we made great progress in the last few months of 2010. We got the FR9 engine up and running full time and won 3 of the chase races. But make no mistake, our goal for this year is not just to win races. The goal is simply to win the championship. We have the right teams, the right drivers, the right engine, and the right car to do it. More importantly, we have the will to win. So do not underestimate our resolve.
Well, I think we could very easily dethrone Jimmy. Certainly we've got the car for it, we've got the drivers for it, we've got the crew chiefs for it, and if we have just a little bit of luck and not shoot ourselves in the foot like we did last year with our simulations, I think we'll be fine. I'm very encouraged that our simulations are on track.
I did see the most points you could get for winnings, 48. That's kind of unique, but I think it's great. The bottom line, it's easier to figure out. The fans will understand it more. I think it's something that's long overdue. You know, it should have happened 4 or 5 years ago maybe, but you know, traditions like that, it's kind of tough to turn around because you're always going to have mixed reviews, but we'll have to just get out there and race and see how the point still works out. But the bottom line is, if you run well, if you're competitive, if you have fast cars, the points will take care of itself. But I think it's great that it'll be simpler for not even the fans, but for us, just for everyone to understand how the point steal works out.
Our first goal is to win. I mean, we go in to try to win, but it's hard to win these races, and if you can't win, then you want to finish as high as you can to try to gather as many points as you can and get some momentum and start thinking about the chase and what's on down the road. But our first goal is to win and get back to victory lane. That's been a while, and it's not something that you can force. You just go out and run the best you can and hope you get yourself in that position to win a few times. But so I guess that's my first goal, is to win and get ourselves in position to win.
I go to the racetrack every year, every race, and go as fast as I can go. But if you look, our whole performance at Roush has kind of been that way. It's like we have a good season and then fade, and then we have a good season and we fade. And that's why I feel a little bit better about this season. I mean, no one can, tell the future, but I feel like the reasons we started running better, it was not just one trick or one thing that we had. I feel like we've got the foundation built to be better. So maybe the question you're asking, maybe it's because there were only one or two things that were making us fast. And so when other people would figure that out, now we're just middle of the pack, So hopefully that's not the case here.
What we build off of is consistency and getting more to victory lane. I think we accomplished that from, if you benchmark us from the middle of the season on, we did very well. We won at Pocono, almost won at Michigan, almost won at Texas, won at Kansas. So those are, I really feel like the 16 team can win 4 races next year. I don't think 4 is out of the question. 6 would be, like I did in 05 would be, and finish second in points would be, something to really talk about. But I really, really feel like the 3M team, our team, is capable of winning 4 times with the new nose, with the engine, with everything we've learned. I mean, long as all that competition out there that you guys have been visiting hasn't, improved as much or more than we have, we've got a great opportunity to come out of the gate strong again.
60 employees the first year. Today, over 400. And that to JD and I and Coy and everybody.
Watched a lot of NASCAR. So then when Joe presented the proposition to go racing, we were already in racing a little bit, and we knew that we needed to be there. The odds of winning here. And but if we don't, we have football. Because he was the coach of the Washington Redskins and had won Super Bowls, and so we thought, well, we can still push football on one hand and racing on the other.
Well, I can't, being we're on air or there's cameras and people around, we can't say exactly what made us tick, but there's a lot of good things, probably a lot of good things, but just really...
Hey, man, thanks for coming out, Tony. Give us just a quick little synopsis. My question still to say is...
And for us to wind up here today, it's a real thrill for us. For me personally, I think we got our best years.
Actually, nobody. I don't think anybody ever questioned it or anything. Someone questioned my sand drivers. You kidding? That's easy, isn't it? Both of them are up here.
That first year we had 16 total employees, leased a small place over on Harris Boulevard, and from there we built a place, outgrew it in 2 years. We come over here, and to have this kind of a complex for us is a huge deal. And, I think back, and I want to say a big thanks to everybody. NASCAR for all they've done to make this possible for us as a racing family. JD, myself, Coy, Pat, and all our grandkids and everything. For us, it's a thrill as a family to be a part of this.
I feel like I'm one of the toughest competitors in the garage, and that doesn't necessarily mean about racing, but everything that I ever do, I'm so competitive and I hate losing. That's what fuels my racing drive, and that's why I chose racing back when I was a kid. Is that it's you versus the other guys, and the cars are all meant to do the same, and the drivers are supposed to work it out. And for me, that was what I loved about racing, is the challenge of beating someone heads up. And so it doesn't matter what I do, that fire will never ever change.
I feel pretty good about it. I'm pretty confident with the guys and with the team and with the cars and everything. And Toyota's come a long ways, and hopefully we can make some more ground in the year this year at being able to compete for the championship. Obviously, with Denny running the way he did last year was really great for Joe Gibbs Racing, and being able to be in contention until the last race there. But overall, we're all pumped up and ready to go. I mean, you sit around all winter long and you think about when the season's going to start, and then it turns around and it's here already, and you're like, I'm not ready, But no, we're excited, and with Daytona testing in our rearview mirror, looking now to get into Daytona, it's going to be fun.